He hit on his own.
Hit on his own? I ain't know how long we been on.
No, I went up. I just did it.
We live now?
Mm-hmm.
Give honor to the Most High in this on your house shot. We are the Battle Axes coming at you with a Monday night class, a Monday night dine-in where we don't dine with the swine. We always thanking, giving honor and praises to the Most High for just giving us another day, allowing us a chance to see another day that's definitely not promised to us. We always try to give you a class Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, whatever class, whatever day you get class, you want to get it. Just so you can get fed within your spirit. Like we say, I always say this. You want to feed your spirit. It is a battle between the flesh and the spirit, and your spirit has to come out the winner if you want to make it to the kingdom. If your spirit is not winning, then you're not making it to the kingdom. Flesh over spirit is not those that are making it to the kingdom. So you want to make sure that we do away with the flesh, that we do away with the ways of the world, and that we come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments to win that battle. This is the biggest battle of all. Self. All right, everybody got to look in the mirror win their individual battle. So we hope that you're taking time out to get into the laws of the Most High, to read the scriptures, to get a better understanding of the laws of the Most High God. Tonight's class will be counsel, counsel, and more counsel. Again, tonight's class we're going into counsel, counsel, and more counsel. This is very heavy amongst Israel, man. A lot of people do not want to take counsel. They do not want to receive instruction from the Most High's children that He set up to be in the predicament to give you the counsel. Some people say, "Well, I feel like I'm a good counselor." Some people say, "Well, I don't trust their report. I don't believe their report." It's just a lot of things, you know. Some people just want to go off what they believe, what they feel, and that's leading them to your own understanding. We want to make sure that we take proper counsel, because if you don't take counsel, then you're missing a step within the guideline. The law is to take counsel. It is law that we take counsel amongst each other. That's why you say gather together with like-minded people so that you can take counsel. We have to understand that there's a hierarchy in this thing. The Most High divided it and made it like this. So you got captains, you got officers, whatever the case may be. But these people that are over you, you have to let them lead you the right way. Or maybe guess what? It's not the right camp. If you don't feel like you're getting led the right way, then maybe you need to go find another camp. But you need to get in the camp. You need to gather together, and you need to take counsel. When people listen and observe and give you the understanding of what the scriptures say and how to beat that next move or that next step, you should be observing that. You should listen. But a lot of people don't believe that report. But we're going to go into counsel. We need more counsel. Let's start with Proverbs 3:1. Because counsel is a law. Y'all come.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 1.
Because counsel is a law. We have to take counsel. This is a law. And it's a good law for us. And we're going to go through the class and see why it is. Read it.
My son, forget not my law.
We got to forget the law.
Forget not my law.
The Bible says, my son, forget not my law. We have to understand that we have to always reference the Most High in everything we do. In every agenda and every move that we make, every step that we take, we have to reference the laws of the Most High God and keep them in our minds and our hearts, and we may be able to make that move greater. So that move might be a greater move or a better move, and not a move for the worse. Read that again.
My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
But let thine heart keep my commandments. We got to keep them laws in our hearts, man. And one of the laws that we're going to talk about today is taking counsel, man. You have to be able to take counsel and understand, guess what? It's not just, I hear you. You know, that's what we did back in the day. Mom and dad tell you something. You listen to me, boy? Yeah, I'm listening to you going, what they say, going one ear and out the other. When they say, but let thine heart keep my commandment, that means let keep it in. When you hear that counsel, don't let it go in one ear and out the other. Let it go in one ear and let it stay in there. Make sure that it manifests inside of you. Make sure that it makes you better, that you gain from it, that you get more understanding from it. And like we said, if somebody's not giving you the proper counsel, then we need to go to the next step. But you have to be the understanding and believe the report of your leaders to get counsel and to take it, knowing that we have to deliberate, knowing that we have to come together and make the best counsel that we can possibly give. Because guess what? If we don't give good counsel, guess what? That's on us. I give you bad counsel, I got to deal with that. Now I done led one of the lost children astray. So we make sure that everybody has a job to play, but we all have to give counsel. I don't care if it's me, if it's another captain, if it's a deacon, if it's a honorary, whoever the elders, I don't care what they got to be able to take counsel. No one is above counsel. Repeat. No one is above counsel. You can be the deacon for 38 years in a camp. It's like, if you ain't taking counsel, you need to get away. That brother can't take counsel because he feel like he knows too much. That's a problem. Captains, officers, soldiers, it don't matter. Down the line, children, we have to be able to take counsel. Go to Proverbs 13:12. See, a lot of people, they run into problems and they don't understand that. Guess what? Counsel gave you the solution to run right through that problem. But because you didn't listen, that problem took over and attacked you. We gave you counsel to attack that problem and beat that problem. But now you done ran into a situation that you can't get out of, and you're frustrated, you're scared, you don't know where to go. But guess what? Had you took counsel or had you listened to the counsel that you took, things could have been better for you. Proverbs 13:12.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 12.
Read.
Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
That's not what I wanted. That's 14. Not what I wanted at all. 14. Give me 14:12.
There's a way which seems right unto man. Okay. Shalati, chapter 4, Proverbs chapter 14, verse 12.
Bring it out.
There is a way which seemeth right unto a man.
So, like I said, if a lot of people they hit problems, but they think that, oh, I got this. Oh, I've been in the truth 4 years, and they only been in the truth 5 years. So that's just 1 year they got on me. So I can go on and attack this problem myself. Or I've been in the truth 8 years, they only been in the truth 2 years. What can they counsel me? But when you attack that problem yourself, that it seemed right to you. Just what the scriptures say. Oh, that thing seemed right. Oh, I'm gonna hit it like this. But read on.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
But the end thereof are the ways of death. Meaning you ain't taking no counsel. You leaning on your own understanding. You want to do what you want to do instead of what the Most High wants you to do, which is take counsel to get better understanding on it. Sit and marinate and let it think for a while. Because a lot of times we're so eager to jump into something. Sometimes we just got to sit down. Guess what? Counsel just might not take 1 day. Counsel just might not be for 2 hours. You might have to take counsel for 2-3 weeks on this thing. But we're so eager to jump into things sometimes. We're so eager to try to do this and do this. Sometimes counsel might be 2 months. Let counsel work its perfect way, though. Counsel will give you the better instructions on how to mend things in or out of your life. Read that again.
There is a way which seems right unto a man.
Well, a way that seems right into a man, but he ain't taking no counsel. He's going to do it on his own. You can't tell me nothing. I'm going to raise these children how I want to raise them. I'm going to run this household I want to run. Read out.
But the end thereof are the ways of death.
So when the situations come and occur in your life that are not profitable for you, and it seemed like that I did what I'm supposed to do that was right, go back and read the scripture and say, well, you did. That's the question, that's the thought. You thought you did what was right. Did you take counsel? Did you seek understanding? Did you go and ask the captains, ask the officers? Yeah, ask your brothers and sisters. Go take counsel, man. We're going to talk about that too. Because you got to have the right counsel, man. You can't just be taking counsel from any old person, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all about trying. It's a trying period, man. You got to try your captains. You got to try your officers. You got to try your soldiers. You got to try your soldiers. You got to try your sisters. You got to try your brother. Because it's a friend that stick closer. We're gonna get that in Sirach. Some friends are more friendlier than others. Some people I can go to and talk about this where I couldn't talk about that with some other people. So it's a trying process within life. When you're trying to make, you got to take counsel on that. You have to sit down and actually let that thing progress into what it's gonna be. You have to try that friend. You have to try that mate. You have to try your counsel. It's all about doing things in steps in the orders, the way that'll get you into making it to the kingdom. Because ain't that what we're trying to do?
That's right.
It's about making it to the kingdom. So I'm going to take counsel, proper counsel on certain things. Because we already know, man, you get that one friend or two, you can tell them everything. Man, I used to smoke, man. I did too, man. And I still smoke time to time. Man, you do too? That's how it was back in the day, yeah, when I was still smoking. Yeah, I talked to friends, yeah, man, counsel. And we made ourselves better friends because we counseled and gave each other our truth. And guess what? We helped each other beat that thing together. You know what I'm saying? So counselors, it's not just, oh, this is going to be my counsel. I'm going to talk to them. No, you got to try that counsel. So just because that brother say he a deacon, if deacon ain't talking right counsel, then you need to try. Hold on. He told y'all to do what? What happened in y'all situation? So you moving out. You just moved in. Yeah, I might not need that counsel. Might not be my counsel. He told y'all what? Did he go to the scriptures? You gotta understand. You gotta try that thing, man. Give me Psalms 55 and 13. So I can stop there. Give me Sirach 17 to 6. We'll go back to that.
17 to 6.
Sirach 17 to 6.
17 to 6.
We'll go back to Psalms.
Okay. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 6. Counsel.
What?
Counsel.
What is the first word?
Counsel.
What else?
Counsel.
Uh-huh.
In a tongue, in eyes, ears, in a heart, gave he them to understand.
And that's saying exactly what I just said. You gotta try your counsel too. It said counsel and they tongue. You gotta hear what they saying. You gotta understand what they bringing. And eyes, you gotta see how they live in their life. Not just what it's portraying to be, but actually how they doing this thing. Ears, understanding, listening, and heart. And see if they passionate about it, man. See if this is really who you want to follow and who you want to listen to and take counsel from. Gave he them to understand. Counsel. And their tongue and eyes, ears, and heart gave he them to understand. This is what you have to use to get understanding from counsel. Like we say, you got to take the counsel in. You got to listen to it. You got to see it. You got to take it to heart. You got to be really, and when they say take it to heart, a lot of people come to counsel not really thinking to get counsel. They just go to counsel just because I'm just going to go to counsel. I'm going to try to do what's right. But they really don't go into counsel to get counsel. I don't know if that makes sense. They really don't go to counsel to get counsel. They go to counsel because, I'm just going to do the necessary step needed. But a lot of people don't go into counsel to really get the true and understanding of what they need. Just take the step. But you got to get it to get understanding. You got to do it with heart. You got to be able to want to be corrected. I want to be corrected. I come to you with this, but I want to see what you think about this, brother. I want to see if I'm in the right place, if I'm in the right mindset, if I'm on the right pattern, if it's the right time, or should I wait? But you got to take all this to heart, man. And he said, all those he gave them to understand. Ears, eyes, tongue, heart. That's what you got to have to understand counsel. Now read on. Verse 7.
Yeah. Lo. No, I'm in the wrong place. Sorry. Shalaki. Verse 7.
17 to 7.
Okay. Whether he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and show them good and evil.
Whether he filled them with the knowledge, this is what you got to look at your counsel. Did he fill him with the knowledge? Did he give him the understanding? But this is, or showed them good and evil. Are they giving counsel on the right side? Or is it good what's coming out their mouth? Is it evil what's coming out their mouth? These are the things you have to look for, and these are the things you have to use to help you get through counsel. Withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and shewed them good and evil. Did they get the proper knowledge? Do they have the proper knowledge? Or are they somebody that I want to listen to? That's why we got to look. That's why I say you got to try your counselors too, man. You got to try and see, well, man, is this the right person for me to get my understanding? Because guess what? I'm putting my trust in you to show me the way that I don't know. This is new for me. This is new for us. We've been working on our own for a long time.
Mm.
We've been doing this thing solo dolo for a long time. And a lot of people just can't fathom that, guess what? It's okay to ask for help sometimes. Counsel is asking for help. But prior to having you not asking for counsel.
That's right.
Prior to having you not asking for counsel, because I was prideful too. I didn't want to ask nobody for no money when I fell on my bed, on my butt. I wanted to try to be that man that I thought, a man is somebody who go get it for himself. You know, if he fall, he go work hard, he go get another hustle, and he makes sure that he always has, hey, the Most High will beat you up until you go tell somebody, look, man, tag, man, this dude, he banging me, man. He banging me up, man. You always have a tag team partner in this fight. It's called the Most High God. It's called the laws. You've always had a tag team partner, which is your counsel in this fight. We just didn't know it. Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you. And all you got to do is hold your peace. But we just didn't want to tag them in. We go take that ass whooping like a man. At least we thought we was taking it like a man. We was taking it like a dummy. Well, man, I know all of us can recount on a situation where we've been down and bad on our butts, man. And was too prideful to try to tell somebody something. We have to understand that the Most High go put you in a situation where you're going to have to call somebody for some help.
That's right.
He going to make it that way. Just you, that prideful brother, are you prideful? I got something for you. I'm going to make you call for help. I promise I will. You really don't want to do it, but we have to, man. Prior to have you not want to take counsel. Prior to have you going into counsel, really not want to get counsel. That's why we got to take that pride off. Jump over Sirach 37, chapter 7. Chapter 7, verse 7.
37.
Sirach 37 and 7.
37. The book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 7.
Bring it out.
Every counselor extolleth counsel.
Every counselor extolleth counsel. Okay. Every counselor extolleth counsel. So, you get to a counselor, he gonna give you some news. Might be good, might be bad, might be right, might be wrong, might be left, might be right, might be up, might be down. But every counselor gonna give you some counsel. You have that counselor, hey, bro, man, what should I do, man? I left my car on 635, man. Should I go try to push it? Or should I go and try to get a tow truck? One counselor gonna tell you, yeah, bro, you go push it, bro. You can make it. No, damn well, you can't make it on no pushing on 635. There's much traffic. The other counselor gonna tell you, man, let's get a tow truck, man. We'll get that thing picked up. So every counselor extolleth counsel. Read on.
But there is some that can't counsel it for himself.
Read that again.
But there is some that counsel it for himself.
Brother, I really don't know the answer to your question, but I'm gonna give you something. Just so I can look like a counselor. I'm not gonna tell you I don't know the answer to your question. I really don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'm gonna give you something to leave with. That's just like the Christian pastor, man. Ain't going to no counsel with these scriptures. Just tell you something. Well, me and my wife, but this ain't you and your wife. It's a whole nother situation. How you gonna counsel on what you and your wife went through? It doesn't matter. You counseling for yourself. Oh, I want to tell them a pretty good story. Let me tell y'all this story right quick. No, man, I need to hear counsel. But some people counsel for themselves, man. Who want to look good. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, Rodney came to me, man. I had to go and tell him and him. He told me his wife having 3 problems. I told him, yeah, man, just slap her a couple times on the forehead, man. I did my wife like that, man. Look how we doing. She stay on the counsel, but you know, it's good. Just to say anything, man. They gonna give you counsel on anything, just wrong, man. Read that again from the top.
Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counsel it for himself.
Some people do it for themselves. Some people will give you counsel to help them. So you will go to somebody for counsel, put your heart out there, and what they'll do is they'll manipulate that and turn it around so that you can help them in a situation. You got the problem. You're not going to leave with your problem fixed, but you're going to leave being on my side, doing what I want you to do, being manipulated. Oh, okay. Giving you wrong counsel just so you can keep staying under that Israelite camp. I'll give you this so you can keep going against that person that they don't like. You know, some counselors do this, man, but we got to watch out for that. Read on.
Beware of a counselor.
What did the Bible say?
Beware of a counselor.
See, counsel is big, and it's also big that you have to beware of counselors, man. Like I said, you gotta try your counselors. Say no, oh yeah, he look like he been in the truth a long time. Brother got a big old beard, man. Gotta be a counselor. That bro got a huge beard, man. I'm saying my counselor. Yeah. No, man. Beware of a counselor. Read on.
And know before what he had.
And know what he need before you get to him. Because he might be having an agenda. He might, oh yeah, I'm gonna counsel y'all next week. His agenda might be to get y'all separated so he can get your wife. Come on, man. They done did it before, especially in that church. Leave her alone, man. She ain't nothing. Next 2 weeks, she in the front. Talking about she the first wife. He got divorced, so he said she the second wife now. It's the second wife. Brother ain't go to the church no more. He done gave him counsel. Yeah, man, you need to find you another church out, man. It just ain't gonna be right enough, man, with y'all two in there, man. And you messing with his wife. Brothers will do that. Beware of that counselor because you don't know what their agenda is. Read on.
For he will counsel for himself.
He will do what?
For he will counsel for himself.
A lot of counselors got their own agendas. Read on.
Lest he cast the lot upon thee.
Lest he cast the lot upon you. He gonna switch it on you. Man, you know, man, you should be doing that anyway, man. And you talking about something in the bedroom. The bedroom's under fire. I'm talking about, man, I done heard a lot of things, man, about counsel and what people done gave them and told them. Oh, man, you can't do that. What? It's my wife, man. We ain't talking about that. See, we got to understand. It's a fine line that you got to draw in counsel, too. Now, I'm going to tell you, you take your problems to your counsel, but it's a fine line that counsel draws in. And we all got to know this. We got to know that some things are not to be counseled between other people. I'm just going to tell you the truth. So a lot of people ain't going to like that. A lot of people say, man, what you doing? That's real, man. It's a fine line within counsel, man. If it's a problem, listen, me and my wife got some issues, we can go to counsel. If there's some issues in that bedroom or something, hey, we ain't talking about that. We go counsel amongst each other and get that thing right.
Take that to the Lord.
I done heard this before, man. Certain things are not, you know, so you draw a fine line on that, man. Mm-hmm. I'm just being real because some people, man, will go and tell everything and tell their whole business. Now, if it's about some children doing something wrong, yeah, counsel. Household ain't in order, counsel. But we know things that we have to work on within ourselves sometimes too. That's that prayer and fasting right there. Mm-hmm. Or just talking to our partners, man. You know what I'm saying? But once again, man, not a lot of people, I don't care. It's a fine line, man. Everything ain't to be told. Everything ain't to be said. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. And say unto thee, thy way is good. And afterward, he stand on the other side.
To what?
To see what shall befall him.
Oh, yeah, brother, you good, man. Leave her alone, man. Yeah, you did right, bro. I'm glad you came to me. Leave her alone, man. Waiting on you just to fall. Giving you counsel just so he can sneak up behind you. Get your wife. Get your husband. Whatever the case, vice versa. Waiting on you to fail. Some people give you counsel to destroy you, man. Counsel is heavy. That's why the class is called counsel, and more counsel. Because counsel is heavy, man. A lot of people don't want to take counsel. A lot of people do take counsel, but they really don't take it. It's just a lot of things, man. I had brothers call me, man, today, man. You're like, bro, I'm calling out to you, man. I need you, man. I'm trying to see what I need to do. I said, all right, we got to work on you first, man. You talking about family and all this, but we got to work on you first. Or you willing to accept that counsel? I need my family in the truth. I need my kids in the truth. Got to work on you first, man. Before you can go try to teach and get your family in you, the Most High still want you in. You ain't in it shit. Yeah, you got your friends going to camp, you doing it, but you ain't in it yet. What I need to do? I say, this is what you need to do. You need to start with you, man. Look in the mirror. See what your faults are. That's the best counsel I can give them, man. You know the truth. You know the ways of it. But you have to start with you first, man. You gotta beat you. Because right now you is beating you. You need that other you to win up. You need that spirit you to win. That flesh you turn your butt up. That flesh you killing you. Wounding you. You need that spirit you to win up, man. Some people just don't want to take counsel, but a lot of people take counsel just to see you fail, man. Just to see you fall, man. Go to Psalm. I say you won't.
Yeah.
Give me 10 now.
Psalms 55 and 10.
No, give me Sirach.
Sirach 10. Oh, he on 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sirach chapter 16, verse 10. Consult not with one that suspected thee.
Read that again.
Consult not with one that suspected thee.
So if you done had problems, y'all had a little intertwine, something happened between you, that definitely shouldn't be a counselor. Because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times, and this hit home really with the camp. A lot of times, man, some people shouldn't be involved in counseling. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If my wife had a situation here at the school, should I be in counsel with them?
No.
We got 4 other captains, right? We got 3 other captains, 2 officers, right? I should have judged enough faith in my other captains and officers that they can make the right decision on my wife. Because I'm gonna tell you,
That's right.
that's my wife. So I'm gonna be biased some kind of way.
That's right.
Even if it's just 5 or 10%, I'm gonna be some way biased. Nah, not my wife. Nah. So I will back up for that counsel. I already told my ox that. I told him, man, if my wife ever have a situation, y'all deal with that. Vice versa. If you got a captain, his wife, not in counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people, if you have a problem, like, you know, Leviticus 19 and 17, some people don't, they hold grudges.
Yo.
Some people just can't let stuff go. And we bring up stuff in counsel that shouldn't be brought up in counsel. Well, you did this before. Now we ain't on that no more. We on this counsel right here. See, counsel is like trial. Counsel is like trial. Everybody is entitled to a fair trial, right? They should be.
Mm-hmm.
We already know how the world do us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a bunch of bull mess. But counsel is like a trial. Everybody should be entitled to a fair trial, to a fair trial counsel. But when you go into counsel and you want to bring up the stuff in the past that somebody did, well, you used to do this, so you still. That's not right.
Teach it.
So when it says in verse 10, consult not with one that suspected thee, that's a counseling that we gonna do away with that counsel. Y'all done had some problems before. Y'all done been at each other's throat before. We're gonna take that counsel out of there. Let's go to the next counsel. That's why I say have 1,000 counsels, 1 out of 1,000. 1 out of 1,000 means you might have 2 or 3 that you go to. Okay, if I can't call, sister call me for the date. I was at work. She couldn't get to me, so this is what she did. She called next Capt. That's how it should be, you know what I'm saying? And then it's down the line, well, who else do I call? Because I don't call too many people. And guess what? If she had 2 of them and he didn't give it to her, well, then guess what? Call me back. You know what I'm saying? Them your counselors. But we got to understand that everybody's not fit for counsel. Everybody not a counselor too. And everybody shouldn't be in every counsel. No, it's just a lot of guidelines. Like I said, we can really go deeper and a lot deeper into this. Counsel's so tough. This could be a Sabbath class, man. We can really go deep into this thing, man, on how the Most High set this thing up. Because like I said, counsel is a fair trial. You got to get a fair case in counsel, man. Everybody got to get a fair case. Everybody got to get heard. Got to hear your side, and then we can bring the true judgment. You know what I'm saying? When they deliberate in the trial, when you get the 12 what's the juries? Well, see, sometimes them 12 they handpicked.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they handpicked. We can't be that way. You gotta have the jury or the counselors, and they gotta be fair, man. Cause let me get this. Finish 10 out. All right, cool. I'm gonna get this done.
Consult not with the one that suspected thee, and hide thy counsel.
And do what?
And hide thy counsel.
Nah, keep telling me.
And hide thy counsel. From such as envy thee.
Man, the Bible said to do what?
And hide thy counsel from such that envy thee.
They say hide your counsel. Everybody ain't to be told everything. Everybody ain't to be told ain't to be told certain stuff. No. Hide your counsel from some of them people. But you gotta understand. It goes back to spirit versus the flesh. When you feed your spirit gonna let you know who and who not to counsel with, who and who not to tell your business to. But if you got your flesh winning this battle, then you're going to talk to anybody. You're going to counsel with the truth. 12-year-old, ask me, answer this for me.
You looking for anybody to see it your way.
Yeah.
When you're not going by the spirit, you looking for anybody that you think going to see
that you can manipulate it to seeing it your way.
That's what it is.
Con on that.
That's
right. That's right, man. Let's go to Psalm 55 and 13 now.
Psalm 55. This is the book of Psalms.
Hold on, before you do that.
Okay.
Let me read this definition of counsel. Yeah. Definition of counsel. Advice given, especially as a result of consultation. Advice given, especially as a result of consultation. Consultation. Meaning we deliberated about the situation. Meaning we had a great understanding. We talked about the situation. We're finna give you advice after we've heard your side, we've heard your side. Now, like we say, when the jury go back to the chamber to deliberate, that's the consultation that it is. So, like I said, some people don't believe in the report, but you gotta believe in your report or your counselors. Then guess what? They finna deliberate, they finna consultate, and they finna. Is that a word? I don't know. You know, they look at me like I'm crazy, so I make my words up.
Now, Jesse, you know that's not a word.
Now, Jesse, you know that. When they give consultation, when we do our consultation, you have to be understanding and willing to accept what they give you, their advice, because it says, go to it again. Man, I lost my voice now. Advice given especially as a result of consultation. Not just advice, but given as with consultation. Guess what? Even if we have a one-on-one, you know what I do? I call still one of my ox or one of my captains. Be like, man, let me tell you, get this situation from your side. You will react to this thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, boom. Deliberated with him. Okay, it's my counsel, but I want to hear your point of view, Capt. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear your point of view, officer. Mm-hmm. That don't mean I got to go into it. Yeah, man. Sister so-and-so again, man. Yeah, man. Same thing, man. Doing this, doing that. No. Call my Capt, bro. I got a situation I want you to hear. I want to tell you the situation, see what you think or how would you result come back on this situation. Even it's okay for your counselor to take counsel. Your counselor can take counsel. What's wrong with that? Don't you want the best answer? Don't you want the best advice given? Especially as a result of consultation? Yes. he was unwise to reject my counsel. That's the word, the sentence they use. But it says deliberation, a policy or plan of action or behavior. Deliberation and consultation. So we want to make sure that we give the best advice to people that we can give, man. That's why it's so crucial and key for us being as leadership to be able to give great advice and counsel through the scriptures. That's first and foremost. Every time you come to a counselor, if the first thing they'll do is do this, let me go, sister. Let me go, brother. Let me do this. It's a problem. When I first came to the truth, and I made officer, and I started sitting in on counsel. Now I wasn't doing too much talking at first, because I hadn't been through a lot of situations. But over time frame and period, I started seeing certain situations that I was able to do. But every time I see Benaniyah, I see the boy, they going straight
to the scripture.
Man, looking for that one. What's that? That's how it's supposed to be. It's like, dang, what he was, I ain't playing. Just like me and Jerubbaal was sitting in a restaurant one day, and this brother was counseling his wife and his husband, talking about he was a pastor. Didn't have the Bible at all. He talked to them people for 2 hours. We sat there it made us so furious. Jerubbaal, I had to stop Jerubbaal. Jerubbaal, I'm going to say something. To the point where I say, shoot, you say something, I'm going to say something. I'm officer, he Capt. I'm like, you say something, I got you, what's up? I ain't tripping to the point they made us so mad because he over there talking about, and that's where I got that from. He telling them stories. Well, me and my wife did this. It's not you and your wife. It's a whole other situation. It's him and his wife. You and your wife's situation ain't got nothing to do with him and his wife's situation.
That's right.
Don't know what they went through. Don't know what y'all went through, but you gonna bring these two situations together.
That's right.
Come on, man. So the first thing the counselors do is say, well, you know what? Go to the scripture.
That's right.
Like we said, we got to try and test our counselors too. Go to Psalm 13.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 13.
Bring it out.
But it was thou, a man.
It was who?
But it was thou, a man.
It was thou, a man.
My equal.
My who?
Mine equal.
Mine equal. Read up.
My guide.
My who?
My guide.
I looked up to this brother. This brother was my counselor. Gave me advice. Read up.
In mine acquaintance.
My friend. Somebody I could talk to. We were acquainted. We knew each other. Read on.
We took sweet counsel together.
What did we do?
We took sweet counsel together.
What kind of counsel was it?
Sweet counsel.
Oh, it was sweet counsel. Because I'm going to tell you, now this is real, y'all. When you talk to somebody and you have a burden of something on you and you talk to your people and they're like, how come I tripping? And then you talk to your brothers and they give you the words and the advice that they give you, and it's from the heart. And then you get the understanding of what you need to do, and it's not that much of a change I need to make. I just need to correct this few things, do this. Like that's sweet, man. Because you be like, man, I ain't too far off the ball. Dang, I let these brothers hear this, and I wasn't too far off of it. That's sweet. Make you feel good and make you see where I need to work on, what I need to work on, and how far I came, and how far I'm away from being great. So it's sweet counsel, man. Like I said, we took sweet counsel together, man. It was sweet. You know, it's sweet as honey sometimes, that counsel. Mm-hmm. But hold on. All counsel ain't sweet now. You go into that counsel, people go in that counsel, I know I ain't did nothing wrong. Let's go to counsel. Yeah. And then you hit them with this, and all I did was this and that. Brother, you're wrong. What? They ain't want to go. No, this body's home now. See, you don't want to take counsel now. You came for counsel. Right. You came for counsel, but then when we gave you the counsel, you didn't like how the counsel sounded. That's what a lot of people do. It didn't go your way. I know I ain't did nothing. We done had them counsel before, man. Counsel the brother and his wife. She was like, well, I know I did this. Woo, 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 woo. Like, sister, you wrong. What? Hold on. Go to the scripture. We're like, yes, we can go to the scripture. That's exactly what we're going to do. When the scripture turn up, butt up in the scripture too. She couldn't even admit that she was wrong in that counsel. Well, this is bias. This bias. It's men, y'all men. Come on, man. What the Lord say?
We're coming out the scripture.
Set a man over the congregation, man. Even though we're men and you women, do that mean that I give you biased counsel?
Mm-mm.
Don't I got a wife? Shouldn't I know situations? I've been in the truth for how long? It's just coming from your counsel. We should know and understand the woman, and we do. The scriptures show us. The woman, what? The weaker vessel. You know what I'm saying? What she should be doing. Sister, if you did this, you out of line. It ain't thus said me, it's thus said the Lord. I'm not telling you counsel from what I feel. Who cares what Brian feel, what y'all feel? You out of line through the scriptures, man. We'll read 14 again.
We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company.
And walked into the house of God in company. See, that sweet counsel, I get you on that path to the kingdom. That sweet counsel to get you on the right direction that you need to be on. Read on.
Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell. To wickedness is in their dwelling.
For wickedness.
For wickedness is in their For wickedness is in their dwelling and among them. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me.
As for us, we're going to call upon the Lord, and the Lord shall save us. I missed 12. I want to go back to 12. Yeah, because I started at 13. I should have started at 12.
Okay.
We'll get a better understanding when we start at 12.
Book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 12.
Bring it out.
For it was not an enemy that reproached me.
Because sometimes, like we say, enemies want you to fail, but sometimes your own friends are supposed to be friends, partners, counselors. They want you to fail too. Read on.
Then I could have borne it. Neither would.
Hold on, my bad. He said I'd have been able to see it coming from my enemy. I didn't know it was my enemy though. I thought this was my counselor. I'd have been on the look. I'd have had the block up. He throw a hook every time. I already knew. Keep my right hook, my right hand up. He's a jabber. I already know. Slide it. What they call it? They call it whatever. I can't think of it. But yeah, he throw a jab. If I'd have seen it coming, if I'd have known it was my enemy, I'd have seen it. I'd have seen that parry. It's called parry.
Parry.
Yeah, you know, little boxing analogy. You know what I'm saying? Little boxing terminology. You know what I'm saying?
New school.
Parry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You parry that jab. You move your head a little bit. Knock it to the side. Yeah.
What you call weed?
Bobby weed.
Yeah. It's still a little weed.
I ain't never heard of parry.
Yeah. I'll show it to you.
New school.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. But yeah, if it was coming from my enemy, I'd have seen it. But because it was a friend, because it was an acquaintance, because it was a counselor that I thought, I didn't see it. Read on.
Never expected.
That's right.
Then I could have borne it.
I could have.
Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him.
I would have known to leave this person alone. But it was who?
But it was thou, a man, my equal.
It was who?
A man, mine equal.
It was my friend, my counselor. Read on.
My guide, and my acquaintance.
My who?
And my acquaintance.
My guide. They let you know when somebody guiding you, that's leading you. That's a counselor. It was my guide. And I would have seen and knew what to do if it was from my enemy. But hell, I thought this was somebody I was taking sweet counsel from. We was taking sweet counsel, at least I thought. But every counselor not a good counselor. Read on.
We took sweet counsel together and walked into the house of God in company.
We took sweet counsel together and walked into the house of God in company. And this is going to show you that all counsel not good counsel. Everybody's not to hear what you're going through or what your problem is. You have to pick and choose. You have to try your counselor, man. Just give them a little something to see if it'll go around. Yeah, you know, man. You know, I got toe fungus on my left toe. See if anybody look at it when they walk by. They look at your foot. Like, damn, bro, you looking at my foot for? This nigga told him I got toe fungus. Sometimes you gotta set them up, man. Yeah, anybody walk by, you looking at your toe. Yo, don't let me hit your toe, brother. This nigga on toe. All of a sudden, you want to watch out on my toe now, man. For real, man. Let's go to Sirach. Let's go to let's go to Sirach 32 and 18. Sirach 32 and 18.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 18. A man of counsel will be considerate.
A man of counsel will be considerate. Read on.
But a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear. Even when of himself he had done without counsel.
Even though he ain't done without counsel, that man without counsel, he proud. And that's the problem, because we are people who don't have counsel, man. A sinful man a man of counsel will be considerate. A man that take counsel will be considerate of, you know what, I need to do this right, I need to do that, I need to wait on this, I need to pump my brakes. I just consider the next person. But a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear. He ain't got no fear. And Negro don't want to do it all by himself. And Negro want to do everything himself, want to lean on his own understanding. He ain't daunted with no fear. Even when of himself he had done without counsel. Even though he ain't took no counsel, he think he doing the right thing. You can't tell him nothing. He know he right. He just know he right. Read on.
Do nothing without advice.
Well, what did the Bible say?
Do nothing without advice.
Oh, I read that again.
Do nothing without advice.
So that brother thought he was right, but the Bible said to do what?
Do nothing without advice.
That's a law, man. That's counsel. Do nothing without advice. You say nothing. Even if you're going to eat somewhere, man. We're going to McDonald's. Man, I heard they got this and that, man. Now let's take counsel up on that, man. What about Burger King, man? What about Burger King? Well, at least they flame broiled. Okay, well, good. We're going to go to Burger King. We took counsel. Do nothing without advice, man. Even the smallest matters. Even the smallest matters. You thought they were small, but a small matter can turn into a what? Huge matter.
That's right.
Counsel, when counsel starts, it's this. Then it spreads. And it gets bigger and bigger. Same thing with a tomb. Tomb is small, but it gets bigger and bigger. That's what problems do if we don't accept counsel and take counsel with them. It say do nothing without advice. That means anything you do, you need to be in advice of it. Like I tell my wife, I just went down the street. Tell me. I could have told you that, guess what? It's traffic on 20. Go the other way. I could have told you it was a wreck on her.
Cheat, y'all.
Yeah, but just tell me. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I can tell you. I can tell you. You might be able to tell me something. But I need to take counsel. We all need to take counsel. That's why counsel is so important from everybody. Do nothing without advice. Read on.
And when thou hast once done, repent not.
Repent not. When you took counsel, don't change the counsel. We gave you the counsel. We deliberated. We did consultation together. We went to the chambers and we thought about what we need to tell you. And we said that we think that you should do this. But you got to the house and said, well, I should do that. When that has done counsel, don't repeat it. What did you take counsel for? Why'd you go to counsel? If you're going to stay doing the same thing. Don't waste nobody's time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste the counselor's time. That's crazy. Because I know I used to waste the counselor's time in school, boy. Send you to the counselor. Well, we think you need to talk to the counselor. There's some things that might be going wrong at home. The counselor talks to you for 2 hours. You go back out there and do the same thing, suspended this time. You come back and counsel like, what happened? Oh, man, she don't even want to talk to you no more. It's no waste of the time. Yeah, it was, I didn't do what you said to do. I didn't take your counsel. I didn't take their counsel anyway because they weren't talking about nothing. But when we give counsel, man, don't despise the counsel. Read verse 20.
Verse 20. Go not in a way wherein thou mayest fall.
Don't go back into the way that you're going to having to come back to counsel again. Well, a lot of times we go and repeat the same things over and over. Have to go back to counsel. You just fell on that. Why would you repeat that? We told you not to do it, but you say, you know what? I'm leaning on my own understanding. I got this. I'm going to do this way, and I'm going to have to go back to counsel. Because I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Read on. Go not in the way wherein thou mayest fall. Read on.
And stumble not among the stones.
Don't stumble upon the stone. When you take counsel, we remove stones out your way. That path is clear when you take that counsel. Read on.
Be not confident in a plain way.
Don't be confident in your own way. A lot of times we so puffed up on ourselves. I've been living for 38 years. I ain't had no problem. I'm gonna keep this going, keep doing what I do, say what I say. Cause that's what I do. Until that one time, it's just the wrong time. Because you have to take that counsel. Don't be confident in your own understanding, man. Be confident in the scriptures. And that's how you try a counselor. If they leading you right through the scriptures, man. Yeah, we could have kept going on that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 28. Oh man, because we are void of counsel, but we are people who do not like counsel. What somebody say can't tell me shit. Yeah, we did. Who you think you're talking to? Especially when you were younger and you talk to an older person, you can't tell me nothing. Right now, but we'll turn these elders up, boy. What we tell them elders up there? Y'all done failed us.
Oh, man.
You 55, 60-year-old gangster. You done failed us, man. You should have been listening to when we was telling you something.
That's right.
But we are void. We are people without counsel, man. 32 and 18.
28 or 18.
13 to 32 and 28, my man.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 28.
Read.
For they are a nation full of counsel.
Who are we?
For they are a nation void of counsel.
I'm finna say full. Hold on now. We ain't full of it. We're a nation void of counsel. We do not want to take counsel. We do not want to listen to what somebody tell us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's another nigga. You can't tell me nothing. He got out the mud just like I got out the mud. No, brother. I got out of the mud. I ain't get it out the mud. I got out of the mud. And you should too.
That's right.
They don't want to hear it. Read on.
For they are a nation void of counsel.
Uh-huh.
Neither is there any understanding in them.
It's not what?
Any understanding in them.
Neither is there any understanding in them, man. Read on.
Oh, that they were wise.
But we think we wise.
Oh, that they were wise.
We the wisest people. Let us tell it.
That
No,
they,
we deep dummies. But we swear we wise. Read on.
that they understood this.
Uh-huh.
That they will consider their later end.
Latter end.
end.
If you understood this, you will be considering, guess what? Building up treasures for the kingdom. See, a lot of people build up treasures for the world. Oh, I want to keep getting money and keep doing this for the world. But if you understood about counsel, then you would be setting up treasures when you get to the kingdom. Read on.
How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight?
Uh-huh.
Except their rock has sold them, and the Lord has shut them up.
Read on.
For their rock is not of our rock,
Uh-huh.
even our enemies themselves being judges.
But their rock is not our rock. Who is their rock?
Christ.
Right.
Their rock is not our rock. See, we take counsel of the world. We'll take counsel of anybody but our own people.
Hmm.
Hey, Ray, I come by, yeah, you should do this, man. And we'll take counsel from him.
That's right.
But they rock ain't like our rock. Take counsel from your counsel that you see that's giving you the scriptures, man. For their rock is not as our rock. Even our enemies themselves being judges. Even our enemies themselves being judges. Their rock is not like our rock. Go to Proverbs 19 and 20. Proverbs 19 and 20.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction.
What did the Bible say?
Hear counsel.
Hear what?
Hear counsel
Hear counsel and do what?
and receive instruction.
And receive instruction, man. Read on.
that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end.
That thou may be wise in your latter end. It just said the same thing. They would have looked upon their latter days. If you would took counsel, you'd have looked into your latter days. You'd have brought up treasures for the kingdom and not treasures for the world. You'd have thought up treasures to make it to the pearly gates, to that streets were paved with gold, rather than a gold ring or a gold necklace or some gold teeth. You'd have thought of that.
That go like terrible.
You know what I'm saying? Even though we are, you know, that's how we do it. But yeah, keep what was that? 20, read on.
21.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart.
Uh-huh.
Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord that shall stand.
Read that again.
There are many devices in a man's heart.
That's many things that you can tell yourself, oh yeah, man, I can do this to get better. Or I can do this. Maybe if I bought some flowers, you know, we just go sweep it on the room. Maybe if I just bought a keychain, a diamond pendant, you know what I'm saying? But it said, what kind of counsel?
Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord that shall stand.
That's the counsel that you need to take. Because many devices in your head gonna tell you, do this, do that. Well, go to the scripture and see what the Most High said about it. Take counsel from the righteous men, from your leaders, and see what they tell you to do about it, man. A lot of people, I'm telling you, it's big. People just don't believe the report that brothers and sisters out here, that their brothers are giving. It's hard, I know it is, man. It's hard, man. Sometimes we didn't even listen to our parents. Come on, let's just be real. We didn't even listen to our parents. A lot of us did. So you mean I'm not gonna listen to my parents, but I'm gonna listen to a brother that I don't know? I just found the truth for 3-4 years. I know it's hard. I know it is. Cause I'm like I say, we didn't even listen to our damn parents, man. Mamas and daddy, we didn't listen to what they said like it's one ear and out the other. Now you want me to listen to a brother that I don't even know. Just because he got a beard on, he been up here for 3, 4, 5 years. That's why you got to try it. That's why you got to try the spirit, man. What the Bible always say. Go to Judges 18:5. It said, but counsel of God, man. Counsel of God. Yep. We always got to take counsel from the Most High God. If we let the Lord lead us in all our ways, man, we'll be so much better off as a nation of people. Read it.
The book of Judges, chapter 18, verse 5. And they said unto him,
What did they say?
Ask counsel.
Ask what?
Ask counsel.
Ask counsel. Read on.
We pray thee of God.
Of who?
Of God.
We ask counsel. We pray thee of God. Read on.
That we may know whether our way which we go shall be prosperous.
That's what we got to do. We got to ask the Most High God. He'll let us know if our way be prosperous or not, right, man? In counsel, you have to understand. If we taking proper counsel from the righteous men, that we should, that's going to make your way prosperous. Back then, and this is back in the Judges time, we asking, man, we got to take counsel of God. Because a lot of people doing things on their own, man. But children of Israel say, we know God ain't playing. He ain't no joke, man. He'll knock us off in a minute. So we go pray and ask God and pray thee that we may know whether our way which we go shall be prosperous. So they said they're not taking another step. We're not going to take another step until we take counsel and understand and see if this is the way that the Most High God wants us to go. It don't matter if that step would have been 2 months later, if that step would have been 5 years later, 2 minutes later. But they said we're going to pray to our God that our way be prosperous, man. We're going to pray. Like we said, some people look for counsel to be right then and there. Oh, we got counsel. You might need 2 more, 3 more counsel. Oh, guess what? You might have got the understanding now. Don't rush it. Wait on the Lord on this situation. Go to Proverbs 11:14. Matter of fact, Proverbs 24 and 6. Proverbs 24 and 6.
Okay.
So Proverbs got all that wisdom and that counsel in it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 6.
Yeah.
For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy walk.
Read that again.
For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy walk.
What kind of war? What counsel was it?
Wise counsel.
For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war. Read up.
And in multitude of counselors there is safety.
And a multitude of counselors there is safety. Like we say, you want to have that one friend or that one counselor that you can talk to and you can pour out your heart and get understanding. But you got to have a backup, backup. But if you're in a multitude of counselors, guess what? When we got the captains up here and the officers up here, that's a multitude of counselors right there. You want to get his opinion, you might want to get his opinion too. His opinion too. But in a multitude of counselors, there is safety. But that part I want to touch. For by wise counsel, thou shalt make thy war. Go to Luke 14:31. Oh, that proverb. Go to Luke 14:31. Wise counsel, thou shalt make thy war.
The book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 31. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulted whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
So wise counsel, you'll be able to make that war, win that war. What king is going to go to war and don't consult with how many men to take, how to plan the attack, which route to take, what side to be on? What king that's going to war would not consult and make great counsel so that he can win that war? Oh, we just gonna take 50 men. Yeah, we heard they up there. We just gonna take 50 men. No counsel. It said, what king going to make war against another king, sit it not down first? This is how important counsel is. Sit it down first. Sit his butt down. And consulted whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. You got to know, first of all, who you is going to war with. Are these the Philistines, strong? Or these the Midianites? Who are they? Do they have a great exceeding army? Are they weak in army? Have we fought them before? We can take 10,000 to they 20. We can beat them. They weak. But we're going to take counsel if it's the stronger. Hey, now they got 20. We need to take 20. We'll sit down. What we going to do? We're going to game plan. We're going to do this. All right, we're going to go around. All right, we're going to have 10,000 bow and arrows just on the top. We're going to have this. The front line going to do this. What king will not consult to win that war? Take counsel to win that war. What team goes into a football game and don't practice? Every week we had a game, we had a scout report on the team that we was playing the next week. That whole week of practice, we lined up in the defense that they ran to try to beat it. We lined up in their offense to try to see if we can prepare for it. That's what their counsel is that these brothers did. How do they maneuver? How do they make war? How do they got a lot of soldiers on foot? Do they got horses? Do they have a lot of bow and arrows? What do they have? You have to take counsel. But Proverbs 24 and 6 said, for by wise counsel, thou shalt make war. You go counsel with anybody? Say, well, nah, man, we just gonna take 5,000, man. 20,000, we give them 5,000. That ain't wise counsel. Especially if they're an exceeding great army. If they make war good, come on, man. Go to Luke, go to Proverbs 20 and 18.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 18. Every purpose is established by counsel.
Every purpose is established by counsel. Every purpose. Every purpose is established by counsel. Read on.
And with good advice, make war.
There we go again. Because see, people don't understand. This Bible is all about what? What we doing in this Bible? What we been doing since the beginning of time? I know it's kind of broad question. The children, what have we been doing? We've been fighting, man.
Rebelling?
This is war.
Oh, fighting.
Yeah, now rebellion too. That's war. Yeah. Because if we rebel, we say, well, we're gonna go to war with you Negroes, and we ain't gonna keep doing what you're doing. All we've been doing is making war. We have to understand that we getting ourselves ready for the war. But we got to take wise counsel. We getting ourselves ready for the war. The war is out here. You got all this stuff. Coronavirus. I just seen they said that this coronavirus, this new one that's coming from UK. They said they expect 500,000 deaths
By March.
By March, man. With this new strain that they done made on us. You got to make yourself wise and get around wise counsel so that you can beat this, man. You got to put them laws in your life so we can beat this with the Most High God. All this Bible has been about war, war, war. And it says, every purpose is established by counsel, and with good advice make war. What's the good advice that we should make this war with? The laws. Keep our laws on, keep our fringes on, keep our beards on, keep our hair wraps, our skirts on. We'll be all right with this war.
Psalm 91 is hit.
Psalm 91 all day.
All day.
All day.
That's
You'll
it.
see all them arrows flying by you, but none to touch you. You just
right.
see it. So we making war right now. We in the plan to make war. It's war. A lot of people don't think it's war coming, man. A lot of people just walking around happy duty. They ain't walking day for day, just
living a life.
living a life. Don't know that we getting ourselves ready for the biggest war there is, man. The biggest war there is. But we have to take wise counsel in order to beat this war, man.
On that.
Proverbs 11 and 14.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall.
Read that again.
Where no counsel is, the people fall.
Where there is no counsel, the people fall. Just think about it. Well, if people ain't talking about making, they said people ain't getting a good understanding, ain't making a game plan, it's not gonna work. You tell me what team been a good team without practice? They 0-8 every year. Wonder why? Because they not taking counsel. Where there is no counsel, the people fall. Read on.
But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
Saying the same thing, but in a multitude of counselors, man. Get yourself around brothers and sisters, man. That can help you fight this fight, man. Like you say, everything ain't to be told to everybody. But if I got a simple question about this, I can go to one of my soldiers. I got a multitude of counselors. And after I go to my soldier and hear what he say, then I can go to my officer and see what he say. With the multitude of counselors, man, that's where your safety is. That's where the safety lies. Go over to 12 and 15. Is that what I'm saying? But with some people, we have to flip.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
In his own eyes, his way is right. And what did the Bible call him?
A fool.
In your own eyes, fool, you thought that way was right. Read up.
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
Did we call him that? The Most High God called you a fool. Read up.
But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise.
Simple, simple, simple. Listen to counsel. You are wise, man. You have to listen to counsel to be wise. But watch this. Go to Proverbs 29 and 12. I'll see this right quick. Proverbs 29 and 12.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
If a ruler hearken to lies,
Read that again.
if a ruler hearken to lies,
If a ruler hearkens to lies, read on.
all his servants are wicked.
All his servants are wicked. Watch this though. Can't take counsel from everybody. Got to know what you're doing. Got to know what kind of situation you're in. Go to Proverbs 18 and 21. Let's see why. If a ruler hearkens to lies, all his servants are wicked. Go to Proverbs 18 and 21. Why? Watch this though.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Because death and life is in the power of that counselor, man. Sometimes you can take counsel, and that counsel can end up being life or death for you, man. So if you are following wicked rulers or wicked people, then guess what? You wicked yourself. First of all, because you let yourself stay in that situation. Second of all, because they'll put you in a situation that you can't get out of. Because death and life are in the power of that counselor's tongue, man. Read on.
And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So if you love being wicked, then you're going to love some wicked counsel. But if you're trying to get to that kingdom and you want that wise counsel, you can win that war, and that's what you're going to want to hear. But death and life are in the power of the tongue, man. That's why if a ruler hearken to lies, all the servants are wicked. Because if that ruler is off, then what kind of counsel is he giving you? Off counsel. If that ruler saying, well, I can't be counseled, no one is above counsel. Death and life is the power of that counselor's mouth, man. That's tough. Go to Proverbs 1 and 24. Is that 1 and 24? Yep.
1 and 24.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 24.
We always read this too. It's a key word, man. We don't be looking at it.
Because I have called and ye refused.
Uh-huh.
I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Like we say, the Most High always give us a way to get out of situations. He always leave us a remnant of people to help us to get through these situations that we're in. But read on.
Verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel.
But they did what?
But ye have set at naught all my counsel.
She didn't want to listen to the counsel of the Most High God. You want to do your own thing. You want to lean on your own understanding. Let's see what the Most High got for you.
And was none of my reproof.
And wouldn't want to hear no correction. You don't want to hear correction. You want to keep doing what you want to do. Let's see what the Most High God got for you. Read on.
I also will laugh at your calamity.
He said, when I give you counsel and you don't accept it and you go and fall again, I'm going to laugh at your ass. That's what he said. I'm going to laugh at your problems because I gave you the revenue, I gave you the door to go through, but you didn't want to take counsel and you went through the same door that you went through last time to get your butt in counsel. Read on.
I will mock when your fur cometh.
I will mock when you're free. Let's see what else the Most I got for you.
When your fur cometh as desolation,
Uh-huh.
and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Uh-huh.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you.
When that war come, when that destruction like a whirlwind come, and you just don't know where to go and you can't get out this situation, read on.
Then shall they call upon me.
No, now you want to take my count. Hey, brother, I'm ready. I'm listening. I'm ready to listen, bro. Like the brother called me today. What I need to do? I'm ready. We've been giving you the same counsel. Work on you first. But then you want to, then what they do?
Then shall they call upon me.
Uh-huh.
But I will not answer.
Ooh, wait, what?
But I will not answer.
Oh, man, that's tough, man. Keep on playing. Want to take your own counsel. Don't want to listen to the Most High God counsel. He said, when you need me the most, I will not answer. Because when I needed you the most, you didn't take the counsel. Read on.
They shall seek me early, but they shall find me not.
Read on.
For that they hated knowledge.
They hated knowledge. They hated counsel. They hated understanding. Because when we got counsel, what is knowledge? We're giving you laws to the counsel. Therefore, you hate the laws. Read on.
And did not choose the fear of the Lord.
And you did not choose the fear of the Lord. Read on.
They were none of my counsel.
They what?
They were none of my counsel.
Read on.
They despised all my reproof.
They despise all my reproof. Don't want to take the counsel. Don't want to listen. The people that he set up for you to take the counsel, when you don't want to take it. Read on.
Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
They should do what?
Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way,
Read on.
and be filled with their own devices.
That's when you're going to be filled with your own devices because you want to beat everything by yourself. Well, you're going to have to beat it by yourself then. You're going to be filled with your own devices, with your own thoughts. Or you think you can beat it like that? Well, then you're going to have to beat it like that then. I want to see you beat it like that. Since you say you got it, and you don't want to take the counsel, I'm going to sit here and keep on putting your butt through the same situation and see if you're going to beat it like that. Prime example. When I was smoking weed, I always go back to it. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to stop smoking and driving. Because I always get rolled and pulled over when I'm smoking and driving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my stuff somewhere in the car and hide it. And when I get to a park or something, I'm going to pull over and smoke. That's what the most I do. Would law pull me over, put them dogs on me. Yeah, you thought you had it. You thought you had an idea. You thought your way was right. I thought I was on, y'all. I was like, I'm just going to stop, wait, and stop smoking while driving because I'm going to jail over and over. I'm just going to hit a park or something, man. I'm going to have it rolled up, though. I'm going to put it somewhere nice, you know what I'm saying, and neat. Law pull me over, put the dogs on. God dang. Thought I had it right, but I didn't take the counsel of the Most High God. I took counsel upon myself. I thought that way was right. So the Most High said, well, since you think this right, I'm gonna see if you're gonna beat this. Yeah, you beat you got part of it right. You can beat it because you ain't smoking in the car. Therefore, the law ain't really got no reason to pull you over and check your car. But we'll bring them dollars on you. Why would he bring the canine on me? I ain't smoking yet. We're gonna see about that. We're gonna see about that. I'm like, God, why can't win for losing? I'm like, all right, man, don't get the dog out the car, man. I'll tell you where it's at, man. I'm example. On my own way. Read on.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
You a fool. You're going to be destroyed because you're a fool, man. Well, so I already called you a fool if you don't want to take counsel. So the prosperity of fools will destroy you. And that's what it do, man. Until you have hearkened to the counsel, read out.
But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely.
Shall do what?
Shall dwell safely.
Well, if you hearken to the counsel of the law, you shall dwell safely, read out.
And shall be quiet from fear of evil.
Like we said, you can put Psalm 91 right there all day.
Yeah.
Psalm 91 all day right
All
there.
day, yeah.
For real. Let's go to 1 Kings. We ended on this 1 Kings, man. 1 Kings 12 and 6. So we already know who took some terrible counsel. Made us go into the split of the kingdoms. Just wicked. We'll read a little bit of this and then get out of here.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 6.
Yep.
And Rehoboam consulted with the old man that stood before Solomon, his father, while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people?
So Rehoboam, Solomon's son, finna get the kingdom. First thing he did, he went to the old men. Finna seek some counsel, right? Read on.
And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
So he said, if you just be a loving, kind king, you know, if you be stern, but also just be a fair king. Basically what he's saying. They'll love you. Read on.
But he forsook the counsel of the old
But
men.
what did he do?
But he forsook the counsel of the old men,
But he said, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to listen to the old man. Read on.
which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him.
And just think about today. Just think about these knuckleheads out here today. They got opportunity to take counsel from one of us. Are they finna take the counsel from us?
Mm-mm.
Hell nah.
They'll call it homeboy.
They gonna call their young dumb partners and finna mess up some stuff. If it was up to the youngsters, we'd been there had them nukes going on. Think when the youngsters was in office, it'd have been there popped out, man. But they don't care nothing about getting a little credit, a little name. I'm the one that dropped that bomb on your shit. I'm the one that I dropped that bomb on. But he went and took counsel from the youngsters. Got counsel from the old school. Didn't want that. And got wise counsel. Didn't want that to read up.
Verse 9, and he said unto them, what counsel give ye, that we may answer this people, who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter.
So he say, man, hey, homeboys, man, you know, I got the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I got the kingdom shit. You know what I'm saying? It's mine, you know. You know, so I really can do what I want to do. So, you know, the people out here really saying that I should, like, chill out on. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think we should do? Read on.
And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shall thou speak unto this people that speak unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shall thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's lines.
Lord, he said, man, say, I got something for you. Tell him that your little finger gonna be thicker than your father's loin. A little bit, that means he gonna make it terrible on him. Just my little finger compared to my father's loins, leg, thigh. So I'm gonna make it worse. Way worse. Read on.
Verse 11, and now whereas my father had laid you with heavy yoke, with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke.
He said, I will do what?
I will add to your yoke.
Add to your yoke. Read on.
My father had chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
So I'm gonna put them scorpions in y'all like, man. Read on.
So Jerubbaal and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day, as the king had appointed, saying, come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly, and forsook the old man's counsel that they gave him.
So he forsook the old man counsel, but listen to his youngers. Keep reading.
And speak to them after the counsel of the young men, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions.
So jump down to 19. So this is what happened. In a whole nutshell.
Verse 19. So Israel rebelled against the house of David until this day.
So what did the people do?
Rebelled against the house of David until this day.
In a whole nutshell, point blank period, you want to make their yoke heavier. Israel said, we out. We out.
Drop the mic.
Ain't no more Israel. We finna split this kingdom because this Negro tripping. We wouldn't have had to fight hard for Issachar. We wouldn't have had to fight hard for Manasseh and Gad like we do now. If it wasn't for these Negroes not taking righteous counsel. As a result of these Negroes taking bad counsel, Israel rebelled against the people, the children of Israel. Israel rebelled against the house of David that day. And that started the split, man, of the kingdom, man. And now we got to get this thing back in order. Like we always tell these people, we paying for our forefathers. Y'all think y'all ain't gonna pay for y'all forefathers?
Yeah.
We paying for our
Bring
forefathers.
it out.
When you read these stories, it just hits you. And it just puts you back into mindset that, dang, this is where the split started. We paying for our forefathers right now. It's hard to get the Northern Tribe back right now, but it ain't hard. With the will of the Most High God, we're going to do it, and we do it. We got a lot of Northern Tribe, man, right now. And we got to keep fighting, push that, man, to get that truth out here, man. But we paying for the iniquities of our fathers, man, of our older generation, man. Now, they got to pay for theirs. Well, he just took some bad counsel, and that counsel, just think about it. That counsel back then still got us out today because they hearkened to bad counsel way back then, thousands of years ago. Look where it put us today.
Major backlash.
Major, man. Sometimes we gotta look at the scriptures and put that together like, dang, that's crazy. We'd be way better off. Just like if Saul would have killed them damn Edomites. We wouldn't have to be worrying about them killing us, shooting us down. We paying for what our forefathers did, man. We gotta take counsel. Have to take counsel. We always say keep a law. I did not put a law up. So I'm gonna give one right quick. Let's go to Leviticus 19 and 15.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 15.
It's going into counsel.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment.
So when we go into counsel and we do that, we cannot do unrighteousness in counsel. That's why we tell people when they go, oh, this bias counsel. Man, we're getting in trouble. This is in the law. This is in the Torah. That we can't do no unrighteousness in this counsel. Read on.
Thou shalt not respect the person of poor.
And guess what? It don't matter if it's a captain in council. It don't matter if it's a deacon, an officer. You cannot show respect to persons in that council. Read on.
Nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shall thou judge thy neighbor.
But in what?
But in righteousness shall thou judge thy neighbor.
So counsel has to be in righteousness. Righteousness is what?
Law, statute, commandment.
Basically.
That's what it is.
Deuteronomy 6:25. We have to take counsel and give counsel through the laws. It don't matter. The mighty men, the captains, the deacons, it don't matter. The elder, whatever. We cannot respect,
Not the elder.
elder soldiers too, We cannot have respect to persons, man. It's a great law, man. I would say we thank y'all for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Just a little class on counsel tonight. We hope everybody got some understanding on it. Got some more scriptures and precepts to be able to pull on counsel. Like we say, let's keep winning that spirit versus flesh. On Facebook, we thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody sent to the GoFundMe, the Cash App. That money is greatly appreciated, and we're basically planning a trip in the next 2 weeks to go to Houston, Texas, and bring out that truth out there. So Houston is our next stop, Lord's will. Like we said, we thank y'all for signing in to the Battle Axes. We thank y'all for listening, hearkening to the Most High God. Let's just keep pushing. Let's keep pushing and make it to this kingdom, y'all. Our praises to the Most High, y'all shall bless. Shalom.
Shalom.
No.
I need counsel on one quick thing.
Let's get it.